Yo, what's good with y'all, family? Glad everybody came here today, man. I'm just gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about this thing because, man, this pissed me off so bad, dog. Like, okay, so for those who don't know, in less than a day now, the new Harriet movie is going to be releasing in theaters around the country, and this has to be some of the most garbage production I've ever heard about in my goddamn life. Okay, look. Okay, if you got kids that regularly listen to this channel or something right there, now it's time to, get them out of the room or something. We're going to have a more kosher discussion at another time. But this fucking shit is getting on my goddamn nerves, okay? Like, look, the Harriet movie has already had reviews of the movie released already. Okay, it's already out there. People are reading it. People are figuring out the storyline, who's involved in the movies, the characters, all that good stuff. All right, we already have access to that information. First and foremost, I just want to shout out Professor Black Troop, Tariq Nasheed, Yvette Cornell, Antonio Moore, everybody that has really been, on top of this thing as far as the Harriet Tubman movie. Now, in the movie, the reviews are describing the movie as, oh my God, dude. Okay, so they're saying that the storyline is about Harriet, escaping a slave plantation and, coming back and saving other people. So that's historic events. But what they put inside of the movie is non-historical shit that's trying to make it seem like black men was some kind of brute monster during that time, purposely, hunting black women and black children and other people, brutalizing them. So what I'm saying is, in the movie, there's a part of the movie where the slave master, Harriet's slave master, white guy, you see what I'm saying, contracts a fictional black slave catcher named, and I'm not bullshitting, I'm not making this up. The name of this goddamn character is Bigger Long. Now, if that's not the biggest sexual fetishization of black men innuendo I never heard. Come on, man. Bigger Long? Really? The fuck out of here. And we going to keep going down this rabbit hole. So this white slave master contracts this Bigger Long dude, a black bounty hunter, non-existent, and he contracts him to go save, or not save, to go capture Harriet Tubman. Now, if this sounds vaguely familiar for people in my generation, this is the same type of shit that happened on the Boondocks. But the Boondocks was joking about it. And you meant to tell me now that y'all making a movie that's supposed to be some kind of representation of non-fictional events, y'all gonna put a black man in it and he's the main villain? He's the main villain. The fuck out of here. Now, towards the end of the movie, once this Bigger Long dude pins down Harriet and about to kill her, the fucking white slave master shoots him in the back of the head to save Harriet. So wait, hold up. You meant to tell me that not only is the black man, the black male, who is a fictional character, he does not exist, he never existed in Harriet Tubman's history, you're gonna make him the villain, but Harriet Tubman's slave master is the goddamn savior? And to make matters even worse, after the slave master kills Harriet Tubman's contracted bounty hunter that he contracted, Harriet Tubman has a chance to kill her slave master, but according to reports, she don't do it. She let the motherfucker live, and in some weird romanticization of this fucking scene where she lets the motherfucker live and then rides off into the sunset. Man, if y'all don't get this motherfucking white supremacist garbage piece of crap off of our plate. You see, look. Look. This is what happens. This is what happens when you have people that is hell-bent on making sure that foundational Black Americans, Black American descendants of slavery, are on the bottom of this fucking pyramid scheme of a country. Okay? This is what happens when you have racist white supremacists in these big media corporations churning out historical, non-historical, amoral events that never fucking happen, but they're telling your story. They're trying to be your parental figures, talking about we know more than you guys, so therefore here's what's on your plate. This is the media that you get to consume. This is the same shit that was happening in Slave Play, that goddamn Broadway play that was made by this Black American gay dude who apparently is the youngest Black American person to have a featured film in Broadway, which is okay. I ain't hating. Okay, that's good. It just so happens to be a gay dude. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. But you meant to tell me that you're going to erase our history and replace it with some white supremacist garbage? Where you got people who were actually enslaved, our ancestors, under the gun, getting lynched, You know, a long time ago, I remember that there was, chatter going all around about how people wanted Harriet Tubman to be replacing, what's like Benjamin Franklin on $100 bill. They wanted Harriet on $100 bill. And one of my white friends was like, yeah, this would be an awesome thing. Yeah, put Harriet Tubman on there. Yeah. White woman. Okay? And I distinctly remember telling her, hell no. Hell no. Why? Because I know the spirit of Harriet Tubman. I'm a goddamn Black American, foundational Black American, American descendant of slavery. I know Harriet would never have wanted that to happen. Because for 400 goddamn years, we've been going through this. We ain't free yet. Everything that was promised to us since emancipation has essentially been erased, taken, pillaged, stolen. Obviously, she backed down. And you see, my fellow brothers and sisters, foundational Black Americans and allies alike, we need to make it known. We need to make it known that this bullshit is not going to fly anymore. But not only that, not only do we need to make it known, we need to be proactive in taking back what is rightfully ours. our story, our history. And that's why I created my company, MinutesTillDawn Productions. That's why I created MinutesTillDawn Productions. That's why I wrote my book, Dream No More, Rise of a Lion. That's why I'm continuing to write my stories, continuing to write books, and becoming more in tune and aware of my environment, of my people, of my brothers and sisters. That's why I do what I do. Because I know if I don't do something that is tangible, that is substantive, then we'll just be shouting in the void. And that's why it's important for us to not only pick up the mantle to tell our stories, to write our stories, but it's very, very important that people support the correct initiatives to tell the proper stories on behalf of the audience in which it is created for. You know, this movie was created by a subsidiary company owned by Comcast. This is the same goddamn company, Comcast Cable Company, the same company that's right now taking Bryon Allen to the Supreme Court, challenging the very first fucking civil rights law of 1866. Okay? For those who don't know, the Civil Rights Law of 1866 allowed free slaves, yes, that's right, Harriet Tubman's descendants, allowed freed slaves to do business without discrimination. And now it's being challenged in the Supreme Court by not Bryon Allen. Bryon Allen actually won his case in the lower court, proving that Comcast was racially discriminating against black-owned cable companies. Discriminating in a fashion to where they're not doing business with black people who own TV stations and media companies. And after Bryon Allen won his case, Comcast took it to the Supreme Court, and now you even have Donald Trump's Department of Justice and Chamber of Commerce signing advocacy briefs against Bryon Allen and in favor of Comcast. The same Comcast who is now challenging the Civil Rights Law of 1866. That is the civil rights law that Bryon Allen used to win the case. They're challenging that law now. And they're trying to make it to where you have to prove that it is only race to use this law. Now, how the fuck are you going to do that? You could prove that race is a factor, but how are you going to prove that it's only race? So now you meant to tell me I have to prove that you didn't discriminate against Bryon Allen because he's a man? You didn't discriminate against Bryon Allen because his big toe is bigger than his left toe? His right toe is bigger than his left toe? You meant to tell me you're not, now you got to prove that he wasn't discriminated because his haircut is lower than another person's haircut? What the fuck? It's utterly nonsensical. And if they win this court case, nobody will be able to use the Civil Rights Law of 1866. It'll be a useless law, and then the former slaves won't be able to do business in this country without facing mass discrimination. Something we're already facing right now. Now it's going to get on steroids. Thank you, Comcast. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, all you supporters out there who love and appreciate these motherfuckers. And you know what? As TBA would say, the Black Authority, this is good. Why? Why is it good? Because we're starting to understand that there's a lot of people, whether it's Democrats or conservative, whether it's liberal or libertarian, whether it's immigrants or an actual foundational Black American descendant of slavery. At the end of the day, we're starting to understand that there is a lot of people right now in a tank that is trying their utter best to uphold the system of white supremacy as much as they possibly can. Even if that means scorching the earth to do so. But we ain't going down without a fight. Black people are owed a debt in this country. A debt. Foundational Black American descendants of slavery. We are owed a debt in this country. Reparations will be paid. This ain't up for negotiation. And the list of injustices gets longer and longer as long as y'all keep doing this dumb shit. Y'all rolling back our rights. Y'all revising our history. Y'all attacking Black men and Black women. Throwing Black families to the dust of, to the annals of history. Nah, we ain't having it. We right here. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We right here. Y'all know where to find us. We will fight. We will continue to fight. We will continue to conduct business. We will continue to do our politics. We will continue to represent our ancestors, our families to the fullest. And y'all ain't gonna stop us. There's only one way to stop us. We won't be silenced. We here. My name is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of MinutesTillDawn Productions, author of the book Dream No More, Rise of a Lion. Please like, please share, please subscribe. We ain't going nowhere, baby. We right here. Peace, y'all. Everlast.